Hey guys, Smooth here. For those of you that log into the beta today, you might have seen this big pop-up come up that says the Combat Academy is open, and it gives you an option to teleport to Lumbridge. So I did do that, and I did decide to test out the new tutorial for the beta. Now, I was actually really excited to see this upon release because I did feel that when the beta was first released, they did kind of leave us in the dark and kind of left us with no idea what to do and how to use everything. So a tutorial would have been really helpful upon release, which, it's 2 months past that, I believe, or so. So it is overdue, but, it's good to be here in the first place. I actually meant to do this with some live commentary, and I was recording it for a while, but about a fourth or a fifth way through, I just got glitched non-stop, and I literally had to stop my recording a couple times just to kind of adjust my software. I mean, at some points, if you were playing at the graphic settings that I was at, you actually couldn't progress anywhere in the tutorial, so I actually would have to change the settings at some times. Also, another thing that was a bit of a problem is that this entire tutorial is voiced over, and at times the voice actor would not speak when something would come up, and then I would redo it just to be sure that if that was a glitch or not. And then the part where they didn't speak before, they would speak during the redo. So they definitely have a lot of problems as far as testing this out. They definitely released this a little bit too early. And another thing that I really wasn't a fan of is the fact that it covered so little. Now I know that they did make it noob friendly, so it was all covering the basics. I mean, you won't really learn much from this at all, but they didn't even go as far to cover dual wielding, which is, I think, a big shame because that's probably the part that people are most interested in, and it's going to attract a lot of new players and keep some of the player base that they have now in the game. As far as the glitches that I had, I'm going to show you some of them right now. Some of them were like really bad, and I can't see how they let that slip by. Like, this came across as really buggy from the start, and I know a lot of people that had the same issue. If you were to actually get into the game and then step out really quickly, you'd see pretty much everybody across the board would be saying something to the effect of, I can't do this, I can't do that, it's not working for me. So I mean, even the bugs that I had weren't everything that's even out there. So there's a lot more out there that I haven't experienced yet. So I'm going to show you some more right now. This next part you're about to see right now is going to show how unpolished this actually was when it came out. You see this arrow over here basically pointing to the middle of nowhere. It's in my inventory, kind of pointing to the pillar on the left side over here. Now, I tried clicking it, I tried dragging it, I had no idea what I was doing. I go to like the left side of my action bar, I start trying to click that, I go to the right side, I'm doing all sorts of things. Nothing's working, and I realized that it probably has to do with me and my graphic settings. So I switched from fixed mode to resizable, and that ended up actually fixing this. Now, from a coder perspective, this is actually really sad because these are the things that are kind of easy to find. And yeah, I have no idea why they would let this out with, like I said, something like this, where I mean, for a new player who doesn't know what they're doing, this will stop them in their tracks and could deter them from playing the game in the first place. So after you finish each part of the tutorial, you'll get a pop-up that basically says how well you did, and it'll give you a rank. Until you finish the entire thing, and at the end you'll have something that says the Evolution of Combat Survey. Now, this is also really buggy for a lot of people and not just myself. As you can see over here, it just popped up and disappeared almost right away before I could press begin. Now, a lot of people were saying that don't spam click and it won't appear there and whatnot, but that's not really the case. It'll probably disappear for you no matter what, unless you're one of the lucky ones. So I actually had to do this part 3 times before I figured out what exactly was going wrong. After you finally finish, you'll talk to the tutor and she'll give you 16 reward books, all which give an experience bonus. Now, for me, I used all of them on Slayer, which I have at level 88, and they gave me slightly less than 8,000 each, all in all giving around 120,000 free Slayer experience, which is pretty awesome. Now, in order for the experience you just received to be transferred into the live game, you'll have to complete the survey. The survey isn't made extremely obvious to you, but if you look right by my inventory icon, there's a little green question mark. So once you open that up, you'll have to answer 6 questions, and then it'll basically give you a thing at the end that says that you'll receive all the experience on November 19th. You'll actually have to wait a little while. So all in all, I'm not a big fan of how this was structured. It could have been a lot better, but it was good that it's added to the game eventually, as it is good for complete novices. But yeah, if you're trying to get an experience reward, it's definitely worth getting because it is going to save you a couple hours in a skill of your choice. For me, Slayer would probably save me around 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, definitely recommend you guys all check it out. And yeah, that's about it for today, guys. Take care.